This is a much anticipated episode. Thousands of people have been asking me to do. One person, thank you out there in New Jersey, Mark. My 10 most played records of all. Now these are the 10 records that have been spinning on my record player for years. So a lot of the results are just records I've had forever, like my first ever records. Okay, so the first number 10 is Pet Sounds, The Beach Boys. Now this was added to my collection maybe a few years ago, maybe even a year ago, I don't know, but I've been listening to it a lot. I just get in the phase where I want to hear God only knows. I recently became like obsessed with Beach Boys. I still don't know everything about them, so they're just really fun to learn about. Lots of documentaries out there that you guys recommended to me to watch, and they're on the to-do list. Number 9, I'm gonna group these two together just so I can squeeze one more favorite record in there. This is the Random Access Memories. Every song is always interesting to me, so I'm gonna include Tron Legacy, probably one of my favorite soundtracks. Song of motion and movement. It's just really great. All right, so number 8, it is Fleet Fox Crack Up. This is a 2017 release, and I could not wait until this was out. I was so excited about it, and I wasn't even that obsessed with records then. I was like a casual record collector, and I knew I had to get this on record then. My favorite song is The 3rd of May. It just stands out. I heard it on YouTube and I'm like, I gotta have this on record. So this is one of my favorites. So number 7, it is Odesza. I'm a big Odesza fan. They just released like 3 or 4 new songs on their YouTube channel that are like the summer songs for me. I have been listening to those. Odesza, A Moment in Time. I bought this spontaneously just based on its cover. I didn't know who they were, and I was just so interested, and I got this around 2017. This was my 2020 album that 2020 was a rough year, but this album made it okay. I could escape, and I did. I escaped a ton in 2020 through my records and my YouTube channel, and I just got obsessed. I'm like, I gotta just leave the real world for a little bit, and it really helped. Okay, so the Slow Rush, Tame Impala. Tame Impala is an Australian guy named Kevin Parker, and he just makes his own music. This album, I feel like I'm still discovering this album, so I've listened to it many times. It always becomes new to me at different songs. I'm like, oh, I forgot about the song. Oh yeah. Favorite song is Borderline. I love that one. And there's a few songs on here that actually trend on TikTok and on Instagram, and I'm like, do you know how great that song is and you're just using it for 15 seconds? I get mad, right? Françoise Hartley is a French artist that if you do not know who she is, look her up. You're gonna fall in love, I guarantee it. This is Message Personnel, and this is from 1973 but repressed in 2013. And then I just had it on the record for a few years. I'm like, this is one of, just puts you in the right mood. You know, it really does take you out of reality and puts you in a 1970 French movie, which is kind of cool. Okay, so this one is a dark one, not a dark one. This is every year, you know, you kind of just go through highs and lows, I guess. And every time there is a low moment in life, I listen to this. Sufjan Stevens, Carrie and Lol. I guess it's just really deep. His lyrics, they're real, they're about his family, they're about his mother. Sufjan Stevens is one of my favorite artists, but I can't listen to all his albums, only a few of them for some reason. During dark seasons, I listen to that one and it just like soothes things out. Another dark album, Patsy Cline Story. I got this at an antique shop years ago. This was my second record. So when I had seen this at the antique store, right away she jumped out at me and I'm like, okay, all those beautiful songs, of course Crazy, it had to be on here. And there's 2 records, and it's basically like her best of, I think. We are at number 2. This is Tycho's Dive album, and this was probably one of my first albums I bought in my generation of music being released. There's 2 albums, 2 LPs, very long instrumental songs, indie chill wave, I guess you can call it. Okay, number 1, ultimate favorite and most played album. This is the Bird's Greatest Hits. This album got me into records. My dad always played the Byrds' Turn, Turn, Turn. That whole era has always been interesting to me. The 70s, 60s, and 70s. The baby boomers are interesting to me. I love you guys. You guys are just the sweetest, I don't know, toughest generation out there. You guys had to live through some hard times, but then also got to live some beautiful times. And my parents are baby boomers, one of 12. Both of them, one of 12, gives me a glimpse of history, and I just dive into that era when I listen to this. And I was so glad I probably bought this for a few bucks. You know, it's one of those gems where now, I don't know, maybe it's affordable. One of the members of the Byrds recently passed, I think last year, and so it made the records sky high when I go and I see them now, and I'm like, the rest will come to me. I really want the Tambourine Man. Yeah, this is #1 in Monty Muse. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. I hope you take the time to subscribe and like this episode. Leave a comment. I'm always encouraged by you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode. I'll see you guys in the next one.